When Donald Trump tried to humiliate Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett on live TV, no one expected that her calm response in just 22 seconds would not only shake the entire room, but also force the whole country to think. What she said after that silenced Trump's laughter. This incident happened in Washington, D.C. on a Thursday afternoon, when the political atmosphere was filled with tension and pressure. Press conference had been announced in the White House briefing room, but everyone knew it was really about election strategies and controversial statements. Press conferences usually create at least one headline, and this time that headline was made at the expense of Representative Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine is known for her sharp tongue and courageous style. She has never hidden what mistakes the President of the United States has made. Her restraint and never give up attitude had already gone viral online. But this time, when Trump targeted her, Jasmine did something that got recorded in the pages of history. I am a little confused about what institutions like the FBI are doing besides trying when their team gets minimal cooperation from the White House. Her assistant said that they are planning something. Jasmine smiled calmly and said, "Then let them plan. I have work to do in the morning." She was standing in front of her mirror, wearing a deep blue sari that reflected the cultural roots of her hometown. Confidence was clearly visible on her face. As soon as she arrived in the press room, cameras flashed and the room started buzzing with speculation. A little later, Trump entered with a big smile, talking to his team. "Today is a day of unity," he said, "but we are concerned about the new danger of adopting socialism in our country. Even those who support me a little bit." Then his eyes fell on Jasmine. He looked at Jasmine with a fake smile, then leaned toward the mic. "Family secret. What happens with a son? What does someone who hates Trump get? You know what her rating is? 0. No one watches her. But she said she was trying. Look, last night she made a fool of herself." The room froze. Trump's comment was a personal attack, which not only questioned Jasmine's political ability, but also mocked her personal life. A wave of laughter ran through, but Jasmine did not give up. Not a single word, not a single moment did she waver. She just remained calm, steady, silent. In just a few seconds, the laughter stopped. The atmosphere changed from humor to discomfort. It was just a joke, but everyone knew that Trump had crossed the line. By afternoon, this clip was viral on every social media platform. Trump's frozen smile of laughter and Jasmine's unwavering calm grabbed the headline. News channels kept repeating it. Commentators said that this was the silence that ended the joke. The next morning, at the Capitol Hill conference, reporters bombarded her with questions for a lifetime. One representative asked, "What is your reaction to the president's comment?" Jasmine said again, "When humor targets dignity, it no longer remains funny. It becomes insult. I came here to talk about unity, not gossip. This tells more about their priorities than mine." She emphasized, "You win when you don't back down. Don't bend. Let them give their threats. If everyone starts bending, then certainly some part of our democracy will end." Her words spread like wildfire in the jungle. Hashtags like hashtag dress for success and hashtag pocket of power started trending all over America. People called it a masterclass in restraint. Even Trump supporters started accepting that Jasmine not only handled it, but also turned it into a lesson. A few days later, the White House called her back for a reset meeting. Everyone expected fireworks, but instead, Jasmine taught a lesson in dignity. "You joked about me, your daughter. It was not a joke. It was a reminder that women like me are always seen only as entertainment." The camera went quiet. Even Trump could not find his words. This moment captured a scene whose echo would reach from politics to beyond. She said, "I don't need the spotlight. I cannot stand in the dark." The clip was everywhere, viewed millions of times. Praise came from all sides. Teachers, students, and even celebrities praised her restraint. Jasmine's restraint was not weakness. It was strength, and people felt it. She gave a speech at Harvard University, where a student asked, "How did you stay so calm?" Jasmine said, "When someone tries to put you down, they are testing you. There is power in silence. It is safe." This message touched deep. Her moment went beyond politics and became a lesson in strength, dignity, and restraint. Because sometimes the biggest response is silent, and sometimes the most powerful response is restraint. This incident sparked a new debate in American politics. Jasmine Crockett, who is from Texas, has always faced challenges as an African-American woman. She was born in a small town in Southern America, where racism and economic inequality were part of everyday life. From childhood, she saw how women, especially women of color, are judged more on their appearance or personal life than their qualifications. In college, she earned a law degree where she was at the top. Before entering politics, she was a successful lawyer who fought many high-profile cases where she defended the rights of victimized women. But this White House incident made her a national symbol. Campaigns like Jasmine Strong ran on social media, where millions of women shared their stories, how they faced humiliation at the workplace and responded calmly. Trump's comment was not just a personal attack. It was a reflection of that old mindset that does not take women serious. Trump, who is notorious for his controversial comment, had targeted many women before, but Jasmine's response was different. She neither shouted nor made a personal attack. Instead, she connected it to a bigger issue: the role of dignity in democracy. Her words not only silenced Trump, but also held a mirror to the entire political class. Democratic Party leaders like Nancy Pelosi publicly praised her and said that this is a milestone for women. Even some voices from the Republican side rose, starting to accept that Trump's comment was inappropriate. After this, Jasmine's popularity skyrocketed. Her follower count doubled. She decided to write a book titled The Power of Silence: The Journey of Restraint in Politics. In the book, she mentioned those moments in her life when attempts were made to belittle her, whether in the courtroom or the legislature. In one chapter, she wrote, "Silence is not weakness. It is the strongest weapon. When the world starts shouting, silence becomes the loudest voice." The book became a bestseller, started being taught in school. Young girls started considering her their role model. A survey found that after this incident, women's desire to participate in politics increased by 15%. For Trump, this was a shock. His ratings fell, especially among women and youth. Media analysts said that this clip would be a factor in the 2024 election. Trump later gave a cleanup in an interview, saying it was just a joke, but more people were not ready to believe. Jasmine took it further. She started a national tour where she spoke in colleges and community centers. In one speech, she said, "Our strength is not in our words, but in our character. When someone tries to break you, don't break, but show them how strong you are." This tour gave birth to a movement across the country where people shared their stories, how they faced insult. Sociologists analyzed this incident. One study found that Jasmine's restraint was an excellent example of emotional intelligence. Psychologists said that staying calm in stress is the hardest thing, but it is the most effective in the long run. Jasmine herself told in a podcast, "My mother taught me that anger blinds, but silence shows." That day, I remember my mother's teaching. Her mother, a school teacher, always used to say that true victory comes quietly. This story is now being made into films and documentaries. A Hollywood production company has bought the rights to Jasmine's biopic, where producers like Oprah Winfrey are involved. This incident also changed the political debate. Now questions started being raised on personal attack in press conference. A bill was introduced in Congress, which provided for implementing a dignity code for public officials. Jasmine became the main supporter of this bill. She said, "Politics is a battlefield, but also a field of respect. We can win not by putting each other down, but by lifting each other up." Due to her efforts, the bill was passed, and now training sessions are running in every state. Jasmine's life is now busier than before. She is also a mother and teaches her daughter that strength is not in shouting, but in listening. Her daughter, who is still young, often says, "Mommy, you're a superhero." Jasmine laughed and says, "No, daughter, superheroes are those who face challenges every day." 2 years after this incident, Jasmine became a candidate in the presidential election. Her campaign slogan was "Strong with Silence." Millions supported her, and although she did not win, she made history. Even today, when someone watches her clip, they feel that true power is hidden in silence. This story is not only of politics, but of every person who faces humiliation and responds with restraint. Jasmine Crockett proved that 22 seconds of silence can calm an entire storm. And this message is still relevant today. The greatest strength. And please like the video and subscribe to the channel.